Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney if you're new here, and for today's video I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite drugstore foundations. A lot of these are Maybelline, but there's a couple different brands in here. Please subscribe if you are not already, and be sure to hit that notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. To start off, my skin type is quite oily throughout the day, so keep that in mind. These foundations I love because of my skin type. If you have drier skin, then you would probably still like these foundations, but you would probably use them a little differently, as in using more of a moisturizing primer underneath or using a hydrating setting spray on top of it instead. So I'm going to start off with one that I've talked about multiple times. I have a video on this foundation from a long time ago as well. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. This is the shade Buff Beige. It is quite tan. I like to use this one when I have a fresh self tan on, otherwise it oxidizes way too much and it looks too dark for my skin tone. When I'm recording this right now, it is on sale on Ulta for $10.19, but the original price is $11.99 for this. Now this is a super matte foundation, super full coverage. You don't need a lot of this to cover up anything on your face. That's why I really love this one. It really cuts down the work of concealing, but you don't always want that all the time every day, especially because taking it off, there is a chance of it to clog your pores. But since I don't use it every day, I don't really have that problem with that foundation, but I do take it off with a really good cleansing balm by Clinique, and it just works really well to take off the makeup before cleansing with your cleanser. It's just an extra step when you're working with a super long wear foundation like this one. It's long wear, full coverage, and it's transfer resistant as well, which I really love that right now with wearing masks and everything. So that is definitely one of my favorite foundations that I've been using for a few years now, or a couple years now. Another Maybelline product, this is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Liquid Foundation in the shade Buff Beige. Again, the Maybelline Fit Me foundation is currently on sale as well for $6.79 on Ulta, and originally it is $7.99. It says online price only. Just keep that in mind. This is an online sale that's happening right now. Okay, so this one is more medium to full coverage, and it is matte, but it's not as matte as the Super Stay. This is a little bit thinner, more watery than the Super Stay. When you pump out the Super Stay, it's like a dollop. This one, it'll run a little bit on your hand, if that makes sense. I use this one with thicker concealer. So if I wanted to do a really contoured look, I would be using a lot of products. So I'd be using a lighter concealer, I would be using a cream contour, and then I would be putting powders on top of that. So I don't really want to use a really thick foundation. So that's when I go in with this one. If you want to use a really full coverage concealer and then go in with a thinner foundation, I would recommend this one, and it does dry down matte. But I feel like it says normal to oily, but I feel like if you have dry skin, you would still be able to use this one. If you want a matte foundation and you have dry skin, I think that this one would be a good one for you. So next, another Maybelline product that this is actually pretty much empty. I have been using this all summer. This is the Dream Urban Cover Flawless Coverage Foundation with SPF 50, which is the reason why I've been using it all summer. Currently on sale for $11.04, original price $12.99. This is a full coverage protective makeup sunscreen, and I love that it's SPF 50. Now I got the shade Warm Nude, which is like a step down from Buff Beige, and it works pretty well on my skin even when I don't have a deeper self tan on. It didn't break me out. I do have a sunscreen lotion that tends to break me out, and I kind of stopped using it. But this one I noticed doesn't really break me out, maybe because I'm only wearing it for a short amount of time throughout the day and then washing it off. This isn't transfer resistant, and this is not long wearing necessarily. If you don't set this, it will break apart and it will slide all over your face, mostly because of my skin type. If you have drier skin type, that might be not the case for you. But that's just a little tip. If you have oily skin, you're gonna wanna set this for sure. I mean, I set all of my foundations because of my oily skin, and since we're on the topic of setting, This is one of my favorite setting powders at the moment. It's the Maybelline Fit Me. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder, and I got the shade Fair Light because I like to use this as more of a highlight. That's the reason why I chose this color. I don't see translucent in this one. So I got the shade Fair Light, and this is again on sale right now in Ulta, $6.79, and originally it's $7.99. Another setting powder that I used to use quite a bit before I bought the loose powder, and it's the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder, and this is pressed. I did get this one in translucent, I believe. Yeah, I got this one in translucent. Now, I do prefer the loose over this one, but this would be a really great one to keep in your bag so that you're not making a huge mess everywhere if you're out in public, and just keep like a sponge with you in your bag with this. And there's a little compartment here that you can put like a flat cushion in there. This one is on sale as well. Online price $6.79, currently on Ulta. Next, with powders. Now, this is not marketed as a foundation. A YouTuber, she goes by, her channel name is SMLXO, I think, and she had recommended this powder as like a powder foundation, and she has a video up on her channel describing how she uses them. So I picked up two of these in two different shades. I picked up the shade Fair and the shade Medium. This is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Pressed Powder. So the shade Fair looks like this. It looks very light, and then the Medium is that shade right there. Now these are also on sale right now for $8.39. The original price is $11.99. For these, I like to apply a little bit of concealer, and then I will tap in the lighter shade with a sponge. I will put that all over my face or in the highlight areas, and then I will brush the medium over my entire face because this can go on quite dark if you press it in. So mixed together, they create like a really good shade for me. Now this is like a daytimey thing for me, and I really like it, and it wears pretty well underneath a mask as well because you're not dealing with a lot of creams, and that's what you want when you're dealing with wearing a mask, because if you have a cream on, it's just gonna come right off. So that's another reason why I have been loving this powder right here. I've been packing it on all over my face because of the mask and my normal area where I get oily as well. Now, I've only used this 2 times. Today is the second time. The Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation in light beige. This is a medium to full coverage foundation. Now, I'm still not sure if I like this foundation. It is currently $9.99 on Ulta. This is only my second time using it. So the first time I used it just as normal as the first step, and then concealer, and then setting powder, and then bronzer, blush, and all that stuff. Today I did a thicker concealer plus a cream contour, then this on top of it, and then I set my whole face with the setting powder. Overall, I like how this finished. It did set quite matte because of the way I set it, I think. It doesn't say on here if it is supposed to be matte. Okay, it doesn't say if it's supposed to dry down matte or not, and it doesn't say what kind of skin type. But this is supposed to be long wear and water resistant, lightweight. Well, it is pretty lightweight, and it definitely is medium to full coverage. So to get the coverage I have now, I did put a very thick concealer on, which again, I'm not sure if I like this one. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and this is $13.49. I don't remember paying that price for it, but I got this in the shade Oatmeal. I'm not sure how I like this for my under eyes. It is a little creasy. I do prefer the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer for a drugstore concealer. I just really like the finish of it. But this one definitely is full coverage. So just go very light-handed on the under eyes because I feel like it just really creases up in that area up here. Second time wearing this, it doesn't look bad. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good foundation so far. I just put it on. So a little tip for if you have dry skin. With all of these foundations, maybe except for the Super Stay, you can make them work with your dry skin and have them stay all day long. Instead of packing on the powder like I did, like I literally just dip in and go right in all over my face. Yeah. What you would want to do if you have dry skin, you would want to dip into the powder, tap off the excess on the back of your hand, and then just lightly tap it in so that it sets it. in place without over caking your face. For me, I pack it on because I know by like 2 hours goes by and I'm gonna be all shiny right here. So I pack it on, and then as it wears throughout the day, it looks more like skin. The other thing, if you have dry skin, you're definitely going to want to set everything with a setting spray, especially with this pressed powder one. It looks very cakey when you first put it on, but you have to spray it with the setting spray after you're finished with all of your powders. I don't have a drugstore one. I have been using the MAC Fix Plus. It's a really good hydrating one. And then I also have the Urban Decay All Nighter. That's supposed to make everything stay in place. But you have to spray your face with a setting spray if you're using powder, 100%. Otherwise, it's just gonna look like a cakey mess. Okay, so that concludes all of my favorite drugstore foundations that I have found so far. I hope that you guys did like this video. If you did, please give this video a like. And please subscribe if you are not already. And be sure to hit that notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. Be sure to follow me on all my social medias. It's @LatestCourtney everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. Haven't uploaded on TikTok in a while, but still, follow me on there just in case. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.